everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. I appreciate your support. So I'm showing you guys that today, I'm going to do a small short set on myself real quick, but I'm just showing you the products I'm going to be using. I usually do this in the beginning of my videos. That was Nail House's monomer. I bought a big old jug of it, I don't know, several months back, and just forgot about it. I forgot to try it, so I'm trying it in this video, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it. So I'm going to show you some brushes. I've been searching for like a replacement of my Young Nails brush. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just want another one, so in case it ever takes a crap. Look at these two. These are supposedly the same brush. I got both of these from buying, so I've had to buy 3 of the Young Nails Pro acrylic kits to get these. One, the left-hand side one that I use all the time, came in my first kit I ever bought 3 years ago, which was the Pro Kit Core. The second one in the middle was from the Pro Kit Speed. And the one on the right is the one I just got 2 days ago in the Pro Kit Ultimate, which the only difference between that and the other Pro Kits is you get some dip powders. Ugly ones. But anyway, why? Why is the brush bushed out like that? The other one didn't come that way. Yes, it's a little more bushy, but... And then I'm just showing you the nails. I'm also using the Young Nails tips that come in the kit, which I like because I'm a 90s girl, and I'm showing you my crooked pinky also. So because my pinky curves inward, it might look like that, especially since the tips are so short and curved, it might look like that tip's not on straight, but it is. I'm just showing you that it's on straight. That's what this weird little display is about. Anyway, it's always so hard to keep up with the video and talk and explain as you're going. Anyhow, I don't know if anyone knows how to train these brushes. I took the glue out of it. When I took the glue out of it, okay, I'm going to show you this other try I did at Young Nails brushes. This one also came all frayed and bushy and really small. If you keep the lid on it, though, it's loose. You notice as you're moving around that it's sliding in and out of that thing. It's just annoying because they do sell good brushes, but I feel like I get the shit into the stick somehow, sometimes. They come pinched, which I love. They're definitely Kolinsky. Anyway, I don't know. If anyone knows, and there's my Profiles Backstage brush that came beautiful. Here's a Kiara Sky 10 that's gigantic and bushy, whereas my Kiara Sky 8 that I'm going to show you in a second is perfect. You see how bad this bushes out? Even if I train it with monomer, this is my new number 8 not polished brush. See the fraying? You can't do a set with that. It leaves little marks in your acrylic. So here are my 2 Kiara Sky brushes, a 10 and an 8, both pinched. And one is, hugely bushy, and the other one's perfect. Here's my 2 not polished brushes, an 8 and a 12. Do you see how the 12 is actually, that's the 12, actually more perfect and laid down than the new 8 I got? And it didn't come that way or I would have noticed. So it's not like I trained it to be flat. And anyway, so I have, taken the glue out of them. Ugh, damn it. Taken the glue out of them and tried to train them, and I just don't know what to do to make it right because those are $50 each, you guys. So right away, using this monomer, I couldn't tell if it was the Young Nails. I also did show there that I'm using Zulay's peel-off top coat. The Young Nails Speed White here, I couldn't tell if the reason it was spreading out so wet and loose like that is because of the Nail House monomer or the Young Nails White, because I don't use either of those frequently. I'm used to using not polish and Kiara Sky products, acrylics mostly, and I use them with not polished monomer, Young Nails monomer, or Kiara Sky monomer. So I want to use the products I spend, $80, $90 on. That Nail House jug of acrylic wasn't cheap, so I want to start using it, And I have so many products from so many other brands. Especially doing that giveaway and going through my stuff made me realize I don't need to buy anything for a good year, first of all. And second of all, I should be using this stuff and get out of my comfort zone. I mentioned that in my last video. I have a hard time getting out of my comfort zone. And I don't know why I used my Young Nails brush on this set when I do like and want to start using my Kiara Sky brush. So I just think it was habit. I have a client tomorrow, and I will be using my Kara Sky brush on her. Now right here, I notice that the clear, which is Model 1's not my usual Kara Sky, but it keeps sticking to my brush. Do you see this weird application? See that? It's just stuck there. Why? Like it's, instead of it staying on the nail, when I'm using my normal same liquid to powder ratio. So I didn't know here at this point if this was the monomer or the product, because Model 1's clear. Like, wait a minute. Like, really? This is just a small normal bead, slow down, that I will put on my nails. So why is it just running so fast like that? So, and then another thing is it would not dry. It would not dry. At this point, normally when I'm ready to cut it off at the free edge, you know, I tell you guys I like to do that little chop at the end. Like I pull it down right here and then I pat it and then peel it off. This is what I do every single time I apply a nail. Right here I pull it off. No, it wasn't coming off. It wasn't going to do that. And that's because it's too wet. When your bead is dry and mattified and formed and ready to come off, that should just come right off. You shouldn't have to, and it's still wet. So I wasn't sure if it was the monomer or the acrylic, because the only known in this situation is the blue acrylic from Not Polished. The rest was unknown to me. I don't know if it's the monomer, the clear, or the Young Nails. In a few minutes, I do figure out that it is the monomer, and the way I figured that out is because when I get to my index finger and I'm doing a solid blue on that hand, so the only thing I have is my brush, the monomer, and Not Polished acrylic on that finger, it just behaves wrong. So at that point, I knew it was the monomer. I changed my monomer to Young Nails monomer to do my, I'm just showing you how thick the nail is and the shape of it. So here, oh, also, I was out of frame, but I kept this in because where I need you to see is the color block that I'm doing, and it does come into frame here. So sorry about that beginning part. But when I'm doing the two solid nails, which is the index and ring finger, once I do the index finger and the acrylic's just behaving badly when it's not polished acrylic, and I'm used to working with that, I knew it was the monomer at that point. So I changed the monomer for my ring finger, and it still behaved strange, so I think there was still some of the Nail House monomer in my brush, but I'm officially here to say I don't like the Nail House monomer. Not only does it behave like it takes way too long to dry, stuff sticking in my brush, and it just makes the acrylic run all over the place instantly as soon as it's touching the acrylic. I think it's really, really for beginners maybe. I don't know. I like... maybe I can use it by, now that I'm talking this out, maybe I can make use of it and get through the bottle so it's not wasted by using the Kara Sky Monomer Enhancer or some acetone. That's what I'll do. Because it's not cool to just waste, you know, a gallon of it or whatever that is. It's a giant jar. And so right here, when I did this color blocking, I was just going to do a bar this size and shape of glitter, but I decided to bring it all the way down to the tip because I wanted more glitter on there, and it just wasn't fitting in that area because these are short nails. Another thing is I like those tips that come in the Young Nails. Was born in 1971, so when I used to go get my nails done in the 80s and 90s, it was this shape, it was this length, it had the curve, not just the C curve, but the side apex curve to it. And they were always this length, like this was considered long. So I wanted to kind of do an old school set, and plus I have clients come to me asking for this. And I always tend to make them wide because I don't know what I'm doing. Long nails are much easier for me. There's more canvas to work with, so to speak. I don't know. So I got these on Shein because I can do 3D flowers, but who wants to do them when you can buy them like this, right? So I thought I'd try these out. I did put one on backwards, so sorry about that. But right here, I'm going to discover or kind of be shown that it is the monomer, not the acrylic, the clear or the Young Nails. See, look at this. This is regularly how I apply the bead, but here it goes running off all over the place. So what I was saying was I wanted to do this different shape nail. I wanted to do an old school set. My client tomorrow, she hasn't come since December because I got sick, and most of my clients did tell me they would come back in February, and they are starting to come back, thankfully, because I love having them back. I've missed seeing them. Who doesn't want to start earning money again? And as well as I love doing nails. Like, hands down, love doing nails. You see how it's not drying and not letting me cut it off? It's just not drying. Like, come on. Sorry to be all over the place, but I wanted to kind of make sure I could do this set. It's been a minute since, most clients come. I only have 2 or 3 clients who come with Instagram nails. They want them full length. Here's where I changed my monomer. They want them full length. They want the crazy designs. So you can see too, even after I've changed my monomer, I was just going to do a 1 bead for the rest of this nail, but no, it's not staying in the cuticle area. It's running. It's still running. I felt like if I turned my nail in the other direction to keep the product in the cuticle area, that it would just run toward my skin. And do you see how it's behaving? Like what? I don't know. So I think it still must have been in my brush, but the next one goes on much better. So I kept all this footage in because I just want you guys to see how very, very different products can behave with different monomers, how different acrylics behave with a brush. I mean, you just have to learn how to do things on the fly, really. What if that was the only monomer you had? What if you had a client and you're waiting for a monomer to come, a shipment of monomer, and you didn't plan correctly, or, whatever the case is. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I could do these nails because I only have a couple clients who want Instagram nails, meaning full length, with encapsulation and color blocking and woo-to-woo, all the sets I like to do. Most people have jobs and they have to type on a computer or work in a restaurant or whatever, and they can't have, as much as they want them, those long dramatic nails. They want sets like this. They want a shorter set. And I was watching Nailed to the Hustle last week, Lisa Marie, and she posted a set she did on her mom, and she made a comment. I can't remember exactly what it was, and I hope I wasn't boring posting a short set. And I commented, like, no, like, more of us need to do short sets because this is really what most of our clients come for. We need to be good at doing short nails, and it's hard. Short nails immediately become wide at the edge, at the free edge. They are harder than long nails. And I said that in my last video too, like, for sure. So, and this shape, okay, let's just say I wanted to, when I'm done with this set, that I want to go get my gel liner and I want to draw a heart on a nail. You have the nails, it's not like drawing a heart on a piece of paper because the nail is curved, right? Well, with this set, you have a double curve. You have the curve that is the C curve is making the shape of the nail. And then you have the apex curve that is making this curved nail shape that was super popular back in the day when I used to go to the salon and get my nails done, which, again, is what several of my clients want, a set this length and this size and this shape. So you're dealing with 2 different curves here, and I like the look only because it's nostalgic. Like, there should be kind of a big apex here. There should be the C curve and the side arch, kind of the arch there. But when I start filing here, which, guys, I was able to show filing. I'll get to that in a second. I actually file that curve off because I can't stand it. So you'll see me do that in a minute. Apex was way too big here, so I am taking it down before I go in with my filing. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just using my not polished medium barrel bit, which is on a speed of about 11 right now on my e-file. Really, I'm just thinning out that apex and the product in the cuticle area there. So I don't know if it was because this set was short, the nails were short. I feel like that's the only variable that's different here. I use the same method I always do. I used 2 coats of a peel-off base coat, whether that's the UNT base coat or Zulay's peel-off base coat, and Young Nails glue to glue on my tips. But this set of nails, me doing nothing different except them being short, allowed me to file them almost all the way through. You will see in a little while when I'm almost done, the thumb and ring finger do pop off when I'm filing, and I show you how I put them back on so I can finish my set. And this set I do show the nail decoration, the top coat, and the cuticle oil. I was able to get all of it in there, and that's because for whatever reason this set did not pop off while I was filing except for those two fingers. So that was just super cool. So when you do get a nail that's a little too thick, one way to fix it is boom, go right under your free edge like this with oh, I bought this, you guys. So for several years, I've been holding off on buying this, and it's only like $15. But I just always thought, okay, that's convenient, but why spend $15 when you can just wipe off your desk? Well, I finally got one not too long ago, and lifesaver, game changer. If you don't have one of those little vacuums for your desk, go get one. Anyway, this
so
is
what I
my
was saying
typical
was my
filing
usual
process.
filing process, but I did take the apex down a little because, like I said, that's kind of how they're supposed to look, but I just didn't like it. So I'm using the files that I showed you, and they look a little grungy. They still have plenty of use in them, but these are files I only use on myself. They're my files for me. I don't use a new file every single time on myself because they're expensive and it's just me. For my clients, that's a different story. But also, I use that not polished ombre brush to brush the dust I make off the nail because it's a stiffer brush. It really gets in there. It gets the product off the nail so you can see what you're doing. But I do also see that side curve that the nail has. I do take most of that off too, which I show, I think, more clear, like on the middle finger, I think. And another thing that is dangerous when you have this length and this size and shape nail is, remember how I just said that it's easy to make them, now you can see that nail is not very thick, but it still looks wide and bulky because it's just the nature of the shape. And that hook that's down by the free edge, that curve is what I'm getting rid of. Anyway, it's kind of dangerous doing these nails because they need to be a certain length to look cute, I think. Although I see a lot of techs doing much shorter nails, just crisp and really good, and I am going to be trying my hand at that. I had to pull the camera away to be able to do my filing, so that's why this view is different. Anyway, shorter square sets, I need to become super fly at that, so maybe I'll start featuring some of those too. So what's dangerous on these nails is they're a certain length, and all the nails need to be the same length. But when since they're curved and like a little thicker looking in nature, and you have to be careful with your free edge filing because they need to stay looking very square, and your instinct is to taper them, to either make a tapered square or a coffin out of it. Like, that's just what your file wants to do. So you need to keep them square without being wide at the tip. So the danger of that is, besides going away from your instinct to thin that out, is when you are filing the free edge to square off the edge. If you do that a little too roughly, you don't have much room to work with. If you do two strokes right here, that filing that I'm talking about at the free edge, if you do one stroke, I'm just showing you slowly the actual shape and thickness of the nail, because from the top it looks really wide. When you're doing this right here, if you do that a little too aggressively, that nail is going to shorten within a second, and now you're going to shorten all the other nails, and now it's going to be wide again because you're square. You're not tapered square, you're square. So this is a whole different animal, this shape, which is why I wanted to do it. Just a second ago, I did show you the side view from that middle nail where I was showing you that I wanted to take off that arch that was there. And that's what I'm doing here. That's why my file is at that angle, because I'm trying to get rid of, and here too, so much of that curve because I just didn't like it. There's still enough curve that I was able to take that off and still keep the essence of this type of nail, square and arched. So you guys let me know, do you hate this this shape, if your client came to you and wanted this, would you begrudge doing it? Like, oh, I have to take pictures of this and post it and it's never going to look good. Or would you consider it a challenge? Would you be practicing them? Let me know, because when I first started doing my own nails, which was with Kiara Sky Dip Powder Kit, a starter kit from Kiara Sky. I saw on Instagram. I ordered it and I started doing dip nails. And naturally, I started doing them this shape, this length and this shape. And I was all proud of it, right? And I told my daughter the next time she came over, I'm like, look, 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 I did my nails. And she didn't really say much. I'm like, what? I know it's my first time. They're probably like thick or whatever. And she's like, no, that shape is just, you can't wear that. I'm like, what? She's like, no, like nobody gets their nails like that anymore. And so then she started showing me pictures. And that was when I first learned about coffin shape. Like I didn't even know what she was talking about. And stiletto and everything else. Now I can hardly stand it either. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, this is what I went right to. And now it just looks so foreign and weird. But so yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. And then back to the files, I am using my Not Polish 100 grit and a Zulay 80-100 grit and my Tammy Taylor Peel and Stick in 100 and 180 grit. So you will see me going in with the 100 grit with all three of those files, just because whatever I pick up, sometimes I want a more sturdy one or a thicker one. And the 180, which is blue, I use to take a lot of the scratches out, like I mentioned in pretty much every video. And this is just thinning them down, getting some of that apex off. Oh gosh. I'm interested to see what my client gets tomorrow. She wants St. Patty's nails, and I sent her several pictures, and we have a lot of cute designs to decide on and look over. So I'm pretty sure they'll be green or dark green. She loved that. We're going to try to do some shamrocks, which I cannot do freehand. I'll definitely call my wife in and see if she wants to draw those for us. Or we're going to do gold and green because of St. Patty's Day. Or we're going to do plaid, which I think will be cool because I have some plaid. I don't know if they're foils or decals. I'm not positive, from Profiles Backstage that I got in one of their swag bags. So tomorrow's set will be a St. Patrick's Day set. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to seeing my client Lindsay. I haven't seen her in a long time. I'm not even sure if I have any of her nails. Definitely her sets are on TikTok and Instagram, but I don't know if I ever filmed any of her sets for tutorials. So also, I'll prepare you guys in advance. She works at a pharmacy, but not at a pharmacy where she deals with customers or the public. It's the pharmacy that for the VA, so they mail the medications, but she works with machines that dispense pills. And so she's constantly getting her cuticles and the meat of her fingers shredded up in that machine, as well as when she does not have nails on, because it's kind of shredded and damaged in that area, she will then pick at that and bite that. So she can't wait to get nails on, so she quits doing that again. So when she comes in tomorrow, I will preface a voiceover about that when I'm posting the tutorial of her set. But one time I did her nails and I didn't do a tutorial on it. I just posted a picture of her set and put it on Instagram. And here's where the nail pops off when I'm filing it. A major influencer commented, when she's never commented on my stuff before, didn't even knew she knew me. A major influencer, this was over a year ago, commented, here my thumb pops off. Sorry, there's a car. Ooh, look at that vacuum. Guys, I love it. It's real quiet too. So here's me putting the peel off base coat back on, letting it air dry. In the meantime, I'm going to top coat the ones that are ready. So if I miss what I'm doing while I'm telling you this little story, forgive me. You can see what I'm doing with the nails. So anyway, this influencer commented immediately, as soon as I posted it, wow, something rude, wow, I would never do that to a client's cuticles, or you really messed up her cuticles, or something like that, because her cuticles were shredded. I didn't do it. She comes in like that. She shows up like that. I try to fix it. So anyway, I don't know. She told me her nails were tore back. So we'll see tomorrow. We'll see what we can do to make her happy and looking good again. But, you know, if they're ragged and bloody up top, I don't know what I can do about that. So, yeah, here I'm going in with top coat on the one I glued back on. And gluing it back on, it still will pop right back off because the peel-off base coat is under there. So after this, I'm going to put the little 3D flowers that are already made for me, so cool, from Shein, on the ring, the two plain nails, the ring and index. And again, I glue them on wrong. Right here, I'm pulling out my bling because I had a baby blue bling, so I wasn't sure if that was going to match. And I know that purple bling isn't going to match, but there are some really clear... I was looking for a clear and or silver bling from my drawer that was going to match these silver beads I was going to use. And inside that purple set were some clear stones, so that's why I pulled that out. I'm going to use Zulay's cluster gel to adhere all of this. So here I'm just going to put a little glob on for that 3D flower. And again, kudos to Shein for making these. And I've seen these somewhere else. I think this is the one I put on backward. Like, yeah, that's on backward. Like, hello. So I won't do that with a client, thankfully. So I'm going to stick these in the light. And Zulay's cluster gel is the shizzle, you guys. Don't have it, you need to go get it. And I'm just going to put a little line of it right here. I'm going to put some stones and beads on. And I just use this tiny cleanup brush just to clean up my glue before I put it in the lamp, because I've already top coated and I don't want that extra thickness of recoating. I don't like top coating after my bling, you guys. I like to top coat before my bling. I know that's a preference. Everyone has a different preference, but my preference is to top coat first and then put the bling on. So I just prefer to clean up before or as I go so that I don't have glue sticking on. So we're coming to the end here, you guys. I'm going to get off. And I did delete the music again from my TikTok so we don't get copyrighted here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this set. I hope you learned something. I hope it was entertaining, and I hope you come back, and hope you subscribe if you aren't. And we are already almost at 300 on the subscribers, so the 500 is going to come up pretty quick, you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate all of you. And I'm going to use Young Nails cuticle oil, and we're out of here. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.